Good afternoon. It is time to get started. Sorry, a whole bunch of stuff happened just as I was trying to get started, and I was trying to multitask, and things went kind of wild. Let me. I haven't even done the social media posts. Let's do that real quick. I have them all queued up, so now I just gotta push the button on all the different Discords I'm in, and also on Twitter, and then we'll actually get started. Hello there, Elric, with the first. I can't even speak right now. All right. Yeah, it has been a busy day already. All right, give me just a moment, and we'll get started. Boom, 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 boom. And had Chrome try to play some sounds at me, so a couple of tabs with YouTube that I was in the middle of before doing my PC restart started trying to play sound, so I stopped and restarted the stream real quick so that those wouldn't be in, the the VOD. All right, there we go. That should do it. Let's take down the starting soon screen. Thanks for the patience at the beginning here. And let's go ahead and start up the game. And resume saved, final approach, stock, final approach, stock-ish, really. And I've got something exciting planned today for science. And let's take a look first off at our notifications down here. I've got a few, and one of them is the inspiration actually for today's scientific endeavors, and is also a little bit of a derp. So let's go here. First, we've got some contracts that we completed last time. Jordan Kerman has been rescued, not brought back to Kerbin yet, but rescued from orbit and brought to the space station. Let's see. Let's go ahead and break that. And Oscar Kerman, that's a familiar one for you, Elric. Rescued and part of the crew. Dan Bear Derp, another one of yours, Elric. Rescued and part of the crew. And before we go to the last one here, I've got rather a lot of science. Significantly more, almost twice as much as we left off with last time. So I decided to go ahead and clean up a few of the pieces of space junk that we've got out there. None of the ones that are going to require special missions, just a couple of things that had a probe core and some fuel left over. I deorbited, and one of them was in orbit around the moon, and I didn't realize that would get me a lot of science. But look at this. Surface deployed seismic sensor from the moon's surface generated 263 science. So yeah, by deorbiting something around the moon and crashing it into the moon's surface, my science station got quite a lot of data. So we're going to do that again, but we're going to do it on Minmus and hopefully get even more, because this is exactly what we want. And if I had realized this would actually work, we would have been doing this sooner. So I told Shipwreck that he might have a very special derp that he would get to do. Collision Science, says Pete Venkman. Hello, Pete Venkman. Yes, indeed. But yeah, 500. That means we can do either both of these, one of these and one of these, or we can almost do something in this tier. So we are not particularly interested in what we get here. Specialized control. Yeah, we get a bigger reaction wheel. Yeah, nothing very excited here. Also, it's a dead end, so it doesn't even unlock anything. Here, this is not a dead end. This unlocks stuff we want, but we don't need it immediately. This is a bunch of airplane parts, which are cool, and even more cool, they unlock the big cockpit and some of these parts here. These I do definitely want, and these as well, but not as much as I want. The heavy landing is interesting, but not as much as I would like the nuclear engines or the very large fuel tanks. So those are what we're after today. But first, let's go ahead and start designing this mission right here in the VAB. I was also hoping to send another refuel mission up to the space station between streams, but ended up not having time. So yeah, this week has been a concert for one of my orchestras, and tomorrow is a concert for the other one, so end of 2 concert seasons, as well as my kids being a bit sick and a ton of other things happening at once. So yeah, it's been a busy week. Plus Minecraft 1.19 out, and so I spent some significant time updating my family server to 1.19, as well as getting some projects ready on FirstCraft. So yep, that's where my video game time went this week. But that is all right. So let's go ahead. We need to send something to Minmus, and we want it to be explosive. So of course we got to start with a probe core. So let's do the Hex probe core. We're definitely not going to put any Kerbals on this. And fuel tanks. Let's see. We want something efficient for the final stage, but we're going to go for as much speed as we can possibly get as we crash into Minmus surface. And don't let me forget, before we actually launch this, we need to actually set up the seismometer. We have one. It's just not set up. It's not deployed. So let's choose a fuel tank for our final stage. That's pretty nice, but what if this first? Yeah, and for the engine, let's see, what's something that's a good compromise between thrust and efficiency. 125, yeah, Cheetah's pretty good. Very high ISP. How long would this burn? 1.5 minutes. I think we'll use this to get there, but we want something with more thrust. Let's see. Is this the right size? That's a little bit big. That's big. The skiff, maybe? Maybe if we go with the bear variant. There we go. And how efficient is this? 300 kilonewtons, 330 ISP. That is pretty good. So yeah, that will burn for 30 seconds. This alone has enough delta V to get to orbit. So from the surface of Kerbal. So that's pretty good. That's promising. Let's put something aerodynamic on the top. Well, let's put some batteries in there first. We don't need a ton of batteries. Let's just put 3 of these on here. And aerodynamic nose cone. Which one do we want? Will this fit nicely? Yes, I think it will. And if we just clip it right there. Like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Penguin says, give Scotty 2 minutes and he'll get it more thrust. Yes, exactly. So basically, this is a bullet that we're going to shoot at Minmus. This is going to be great. Let's put some solar panels on it. Nothing super expensive, because, you know, this is a sacrificial ship here. Let's see. Let's clip that. Just there we go. Just like that. Okay. Here's our payload. This is basically a warhead. Oh, I'm really excited about this. Is this the right size decoupler? It sure is. Okay. Now, we just need to get that there. So let's put it on top of the Arcus 2 medium launch vehicle, which we do not need a fairing for this. There we go. In fact, that is definitely overpowered. Oversized, even. So let's put put an adapter on here. Yeah, let's put an adapter on. And how big is this? We got Rocket Max Jumbo 64 and 32. Yeah, this doesn't need to be so big, so let's take a different fuel tank. We're going to adjust this thing a little bit downward. First, let's put... That's the wrong size. I think this one? Yes. Look at that. There we go. And now this. And this. Excellent. And if we check the staging, just to make sure that our delta V is being calculated properly, it is. Yeah, this gives us 8.5 kilometers per second delta V, and the final nearly 3 of them will be used specifically to accelerate down towards the surface of Minmus. So, yep. Yeah, this thing looks legit. All right, we need to put flags on it though. So utility, let's go. I think we're 2.5 meters. Let's put the flag. Yeah, right here is fine. We want it to be landscape and large. Okay. Let's just in case, let's just put some stability on the bottom here. There we go. Yeah, no need for extra solid boosters or anything. Oh, Fossabot, what are you doing erroring out again? Twiglet, welcome to the stream. Stick a few jet engines on the sides. Error invalid username is honestly my favorite streamer. Let's do this right though. There we go. There's a shout out for Twiglet because Fossabot couldn't do it. There we go. So that, I believe, should be our rocket. Let's double check just to be paranoid. The staging, there's first stage. Yep. Good delta V up there too. Okay. Shout out error invalid username. That's amazing. I love it. The true OG. Even over a G than pizza. All right, so let's also, let's see, where are the decals? Ah, here we go. Standard generic decal. Let's see. This is for Shipwreck. So yeah, these are conformal decals. You can see them conforming like that. There they go. And let's see. Let's subtype. Oh, okay. So not flags. Okay, these are cool though. Okay. I do like them though. All right, so let's put these up here. So yeah, we've got our danger. And flag decal, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. But this is going to be different. And did I do this right? I did this very, very hastily. So I hope I did this right. General, okay. I don't see it. Uh-oh. Don't see the mole. But it should be here. So let me check something real quick. Will it be all the way down? No. Is it available up here? Uh-oh. See, this is very important. We need to be able to put a picture of the mole himself on this thing. So let me open something real quick here and see if I can get this to work properly. And this will also hopefully give time for Shipwreck, who might be napping, because you know that's what he does. He's a little he naps. Let's get that off and put the mole on. Oh, it's a low res one because what was it? Discord was being Discord. Ooh. Oh, gross. That's all right. We're gonna go with it. Let's see. All right, let's save as, and we want to put it in the right folder. So I need to go to Kerbal Space Program, game data, squad, flags, and do mole. And save it as a PNG, because apparently Paint didn't do it. Yeah, I don't see it. Oh, no, I do see it right there. Interesting. Yes, I will replace that one. And let's see if that worked. Space Warden, oh no! Rescue my Kerbal as Space Warden. Space Warden Kerman, oh no. That's the worst. Alright, if this worked, we're going to put a mole on here. If it didn't work, then... yeah, might have to reload the game to get that to work. Well, dang it. I think... oh, it would be worth it, though. It would be very much worth it. Did I skip a step? Is that all? No, I did not skip a step. Darn you. Darn you, Kerbal Space Program. He needs saving. He does need saving. He needs saving from people who are going to cheese him with water, or I guess lava doesn't do it anymore, but he'll still drown. I saw people drowning the Warden very easily. So, as I suspected, Warden will be incredibly easy to cheese. I'm not going to do it. Alright, just making sure I didn't just miss it. Alright. Seismic Smasher, we're going to call this Seismic Smasher. And I'm going to go ahead and surely they'll patch that, right? Yeah, surely they'll patch all the things, right? And okay, I'm going to real quick, let's see, I need to change this to say be right back, because we're going to reload the game because I really want a mole on the side of this thing. So copy and paste. There we go. All right. You can choose the wither too, I guess. Yeah, you can. I hate cheesing the wither though. It seems so cheap. All right, I'm quitting the game, and I will be right back. And also, I'm going to hydrate. All right, it's just about loaded. I find it amusing that without needing to reload the game, just the reload the saved game, I can edit things like missions and Kerbal names. I still need to add Alpin. Dang it. Yeah, too many things to do. But it looks like maybe I need to do this to add a flag to it, which is interesting. So let's just make sure I can resize this window. There we go. And I'll take down the BRB screen in just a second here. Let's resume save. Alright, and let's take that down. Alright, let's see. If this doesn't work, we're not going to worry about a Shipwreck mole decal on here. But we're going to check it real quick and see if we can add the picture of the mole on the side. And then we're going to go deploy the seismic experiment, and then we're going to launch this thing. So let's see, Seismic Smasher, that's what we named it. Alright, and this, select flag, there it is! That's great. Is there a different... Yes, but that changed this. Okay, there we go. Look, look how low res. Yeah, Discord would not let me download the full res version, so we're gonna have to deal with low resolution. That's an art by a friend of mine, Library of Characters. That is Shipwreck's current Discord profile picture, which matches his Minecraft skin. All right, so let's go to Minmus and deploy the science. So let's see, deployed science. Yep, I've got that out. And we've got, yeah, experiment control landed at Minmus. Oh yeah, we that one does not have the seismic one since we didn't have that unlocked yet. So we need to go down to the Piglet 2 rover. Thank you again, ProKitman, for the Piglet backronym. Let's put that in chat because I always forget it. The Profuse Integration of Geologic Exploration and Telecommunications rover. And let's go ahead and warp to Sunrise. Yeah, there's no crew aboard this, but there is crew here. There we go. We've got Sunrise. And who have we got? We have Supreme Oddity Kerman. This is appropriate. All right, so Supreme Oddity Kerman, Supreme Doom's Kerbal, is going to deploy this experiment. All right, go ahead and... All right, let go. Woo! We're also going to need the control station, though, and that is best done by an engineer, so Elric, you are up as well. There we go. Yeah, use your jetpack, Elric. Use your jetpack. All right. Whoop. Low gravity. So let's look in here, and we've got, is this the control? That's the seismometer, and this is the photovoltaic panel, so we need you to do that as well. Let's grab the Supreme Oddity. I forget if it's the engineer or the scientist who needs to set up the control station. But having Elric put up the solar panel will give us a lot more efficiency out of it. Passive seismometer, photovoltaic panel, goo monitor, photovoltaic panel, experiment control. There we go. And it looks like maybe it doesn't matter who deploys this. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick that up. Actually, is there... I just forget how to do this. That back, I guess? Yeah, there's a button for it. Maybe it does need to be Elric. Let's find out. No, it doesn't look like it. Come on. Alright, I need you, Supreme Oddity, to empty your backpack so that we have room for this. There we go. And can you reach this from there? Looks like. There we go. Now I have access to that button. That's what I needed. So, all right, let's go out onto the flats and deploy this thing. Just like that. Okay, space to place the part. That'll work right there. There he goes. Alright, now we want Elric, and you pick up the photovoltaic panel. And is there room? Now we gotta have you also drop this off. Right there. Boan! Welcome, and thank you for the follow. There's your epic fanfare right there. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to the stream. I saw that you had posted in the First Craft Discord that you had streamed. I missed it, unfortunately. I was at my orchestra rehearsal this morning for that, but I will definitely keep an eye out for the next one. I don't think I've been to one of your streams. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this right there. Yeah, that should be good. And it's going to deploy itself. There we go. There's the solar panel. Well done, Elric. Perfect deploy. Alright, now we've got Supreme Oddity again. And now we do the real deal here. Pick up the Grand Slam passive seismometer right here. And let's go place it. Now, we're awfully close to this, so we're going to be getting some readings off of this whenever we move it, but Bo says it was the first one, so you could not have missed a lot. Okay, so I've only missed 1 out of 1 streams. Well, I hope it went well. I assume you were you streaming from Still Alive SMP, or were you streaming other than Minecraft? All right, let's place it right here. And it's going to extend this membrane, which is the sensor for vibrations. And that's going to do all the real work. There we go. I love how this always says units produce 0, even if it did produce units. So many bugs. But, required, produced, sensor rate 45%, connected, deployed, enabled. Okay, it looks like things are good. Okay, we're going to leave you guys out here monitoring this experiment. Bo says, no, just my own world, and I had Ship to hold my hand. Ah, very cool. He's good for that. Speaking of Shipwreck, though, looks like he's not here, unfortunately, so he'll have to watch the VOD maybe. But we have a special mission that is just for him. So let's go to the Space Center now, and we've just set up the surface part of this mission, and now we're going to do the launch. So, Shipwreck is always telling me, go full throttle, full speed ahead, etc. Let's see. Okay, no new contracts are being offered, and we recently had a launch, so let's move the clock forward about 10 more days. And so I have discovered that we can actually use that seismometer to detect impacts on celestial bodies, such as Minmus, where we just were. And so we're going to cause one. We are going to, and this is legit science, so we've done this IRL, Think Ship is supervising Bruno's stream. Yeah, probably. He told me he was napping. I said, go to bed, old man. So, yeah, we got 4 more days to move the clock forward. We're simulating time. It's going to take them to refurbish the pad and roll the next mission out. So we're doing minimum 10 days. I'm going kind of for 15 days between launches right now so that we can get closer to milestones on our other missions. But yeah, we have crashed things on the moon in order to detect the impacts. So things like upper stages from missions, we have later crashed into the moon and done legit seismology with them. Yep, no new contracts, partly because I have so many active. All right, so let's load up this rocket. And we can always do more of them. The Seismic Slammer is a ship dedicated to Shipwreck. It's a ship designed to be wrecked. And there he is, right there, the mole himself. Profile picture by Library of Characters. All right, let's go ahead and roll this thing out to the pad and give it a launch. I missed Twiglet's stream again this morning, too. That's pretty normal, though, since he tends to start an hour or two after I go to bed. Time zones. What are those? Sounds like a conspiracy to me. We've got our spotlights floating in the air. Whoops, that's all right. So let's go ahead, and we don't need that. Let's open our MechJeb mod and bring up the flight recorder. Altitude, acceleration, and dynamic pressure are what we want. Let's choose. Let's use the camera tools mod. Let's watch the launch from the ground. Set this as the target, and let's set our position. Let's watch it from over here today. That'll work. And let's zoom in. There we go. Look at that beautiful rocket. Looks like we can't see the Shipwreck sticker from here, unfortunately. Interesting. Maybe it's only on the other side. So, all right, that is okay. So let's double check our staging is good. Yep, it's looking great. Stability assist is on. Throttle up. There we go. All right, we are go for launch. We'll launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of a modified Arcus 2 medium launch vehicle, carrying the maiden flight of the Seismic Slammer science mission. Vehicle is pitching downrange. We're going to go into a pretty high parking orbit here. Vehicle is supersonic. Maximum aerodynamic pressure. There goes the sound. Always sudden when that goes. Coming up on main engine cutoff. We have MECO, stage separation, and second engine start. Very good. We don't need this anymore. Let's take that down. Everything is looking normal. Let's pitch down. This is a very, very much overpowered rocket here. Okay, we've only got one Shipwreck sticker. That's all right. That's why we couldn't see it from the surface. Let's aim the camera here. There we go. and take a screenshot. Beautiful. Alright, now we just need to ride this thing to orbit. We're in space. I can hear the space music. Watching our periapsis rise. And we can choose our target now. Let's choose Minmus. Yeah, we're going to go for a collision course, and then about 30 seconds before we hit, we're going to light this engine, and that is going to accelerate us, and we're going to hit as fast as possible because judging from the notification that I got from the one that struck the moon, the impact energy has an effect on how much science we get out of this, so we want to maximize that for sure. Let's go for a 250 kilometer apoapsis here. There we go. And let's warp to apoapsis. And we still have more than 2 kilometers of delta V in just this stage, so yep. My prograde. Start the engine to help us point. There we go. Alright, we have a very circular orbit, so let's plan our intercept with Minmus. So here's Minmus. We're probably going to meet it right about here. So maybe if we wait a couple orbits, we can actually meet it at the what is that? The descending node, so that's good. Let's do ascending node here, add maneuver, and see what happens when we just burn prograde. A little encounter with the moon there. Alright, this actually is looking pretty good already. There's an encounter right there in 17 days. Okay, that's really good, because that way we can actually move the clock forward while we do a mission. And we can adjust. Yeah, and this is only going to use half of our remaining delta V. Yeah, let's just do that. And then when we get up here, we can adjust our course so that we actually get an impact. This will be, hopefully, super easy, barely an inconvenience. And I'm hearing a lot of bangs from upstairs. Someone must be moving some furniture. That's all right. Okay, so we are here and we want to get here. So the maneuver is in 19 minutes. It's a 37-second burn. Let's go here. That'll give us a few minutes of lead time so that we can point our ship properly. It's just a prograde maneuver, so we're going to let the ship point itself prograde here. And we're at night, so everything is real dark. Alright, about 25 seconds or so before the node, I'll start the engines at full throttle, and then we'll throttle down as we get towards the end so that we can get a little bit more precision out of it. Let's just time warp a little bit so we don't have to wait that whole time. 1 minute. 40 seconds. Alright, we'll start our burn in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start. Let's just watch this change our orbit. Good so far. About halfway through the burn. And at the node. So throttling down to about 25%. advantage of video games. These engines throttle way lower than real rocket engines do. Just about there. There's our encounter with the moon, and we've blown past it. Alright, let's break this and then just gently do this until we have our encounter. And there it is. Very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and warp to our apoapsis, which is in 11.5 days. There goes Kerbal. Bye! And why don't we have probe control? Hopefully when we get to Minmus, we will have a relay connection, because we don't have a connection currently, but there are relays around Minmus, and that should be enough. So fingers crossed. Here comes Minmus up behind us. Let's turn on the relays, in fact. There they are. And we're going real slow here at the top of the arc. Yeah, I can't change the orbit right now because we don't have control. Let's warp to here. That's 4 hours from now. Wow, it sounds like there's sumo wrestlers upstairs. Alright. Hopefully when we get in range of these, I'm really hoping that we have probe control here. Otherwise, we're going to be launching another one. Okay, we are 13 minutes away from entering the sphere of influence of Minmus. Okay, good. We do have probe control. Fantastic. All right, we have a connection there. Let's, can I turn on... There's the full network. It's not showing me... do the whole path. There we go. That is fine. And we need to point retrograde now. But let's go ahead and get into Minmus's sphere of influence here. That's in 13 minutes. Here we go. And pointing retrograde. We should be able to lower this periapsis. It's already pretty low. So, should be fine. Okay, 26 kilometers. And what is this? Minmus escape. No, I don't want Minmus escape. What the heck? What is that all about? Game, go home, you are drunk. There we go. There we go. What the heck? This game is being weird. Okay, so we gotta point retrograde. I would like you to stop at retrograde. There we go. Alright, there we go. Now it's doing exactly what I would expect it to. Except now... What? That's literally impossible. So instead of an impact, suddenly it shows us leaving Minmus sphere of influence. No. Kerbal Space Program, what are you doing to me? I want to crash. Alright, yeah, it does show that we are in Minmus Sphere of Influence. So, let's go towards retrograde. Here we go. With the map again. So what we have here is literally impossible. And I don't like it. I don't approve at all. Let's see. We need to point... Yeah, this is... It's like it switched the control point on me. Which it shouldn't have. Let's make sure we're controlled from here. Control point default. Alright, what happens if I point it backwards from what I should? Come on, game. I wanna have an exciting boom. I have such a perfect course for the surface. Don't do impossible physics on me. Yeah, it's behaving as if I am in Kerbal's Sphere of Influence and not Minmus. Yeah, no Shipwreck if it does this. Because... yeah, this is literally impossible. So let's point straight down towards the surface of Minmus and see if that does anything. Anything for us. Yeah, this game is notorious for bugs. But now this is not how you do ballistic trajectories here. But okay, that got us something. Okay, let's warp here. That's 2 days from now. We're in the wrong warp mode. There we go. And let's see if from here I can do anything better. No probe control. What? Wait until we have probe control again. Hopefully we do. We should. Turn the relays back on. Yeah, there's probe control. Okay, good. Yeah, this is real weird. Okay, so theoretically, if I point retrograde, that should slow down the orbit, which the opposite point on the orbit should bring it down closer to the surface of where I am orbiting. And this was doing that, but then the moment that I had an impact, it was changing it so that I was no longer in orbit of that planet, which is, that's not how orbits work, and is not something I've ever actually seen this game do before, so... Look at that. Let's go to here. I was doing it before I changed it to the surface reference also, so, but now we're back in orbit reference, and okay, that's doing what I expect it to. And once we have a periapsis that is less than 0, okay, there we go. All right, straight down. Okay, now we want to point prograde. And so as we go towards the surface, we are going to be pointing forwards into the ground. There we go. See, now we have what I was expecting. This should have happened before. I've never seen that. That's really bizarre. All right, so just waiting for the thing to point itself straight to the bottom. And Boan says, I'll pretend to understand what you are saying. The game does not want you to crash. The game is supposed to let me crash if I do something wrong or if I want to, but sometimes the calculations on this game is as old as Minecraft and a lot more calculation intensive for the physics, and it has some weird bugs sometimes. So I think what we saw was definitely a bug. And yeah, I don't understand what it was trying to do. But yeah, basically, for orbits, prograde is the direction that I am moving, and retrograde is the opposite of that. And so if I point prograde and fire up the engines, I go faster. Retrograde, I fire up the engines and I go slower. And to lower your orbit, you got to go slower. And so that's what I wanted to do. But now I have this path right here. So this is the darker part of the line is the projected path. And it's got an impact right there. And we want to go as fast as possible on impact. So about half of a minute before we hit the ground, we're going to go full throttle. And in fact, we can go faster with this engine now. So let's point straight into the ground. Now that we don't have velocity along the surface, we're not going to be in orbit. We want a velocity straight towards the planet, or the moon rather. This is a tiny little ice moon. So let's... And relative to the surface, there we go. Yeah, let's warp to here because we're still high enough up that this is going to cause us some problems actually. There we go, and the prograde marker on the nav ball is going right towards dead center of the moon. That's what we want. Okay, good, and we do have full probe control. We're in range of these communication satellites. And this is raising the apoapsis because if we didn't hit the surface, we are going faster, and so if we did come around for another orbit, it would be a pretty high one. Look at that. In fact, it'll be, yep, there's escape velocity, which is pretty low on Minmus. All right, let's get closer. And Bo asking, and what do you gain from the crash other than fun? Well, fun is the main thing. But what we gain from the crash, we have a science station on the surface, and it has a seismometer. So when we hit the surface, that's going to measure the vibrations from our impact. And that will tell us some things about the composition of the internals of this moon. It's a science experiment that we have done in real life, both on Earth, wherever that is. I don't know where that is. We're from Kerbal. And on the moon. So yeah, this is legit science that we're doing here. And it looks like we're going to crash at night, but that means we get a bright explosion. Okay, let's get closer to the surface. There we go. And yeah, at this speed, we will impact in 48 minutes. Let's point straight down. And fire up the engines. All right, now we have our prograde marker pointing directly down, so we can just follow that now. We're going to get a double impact, it looks like. All right, we're about to run out of fuel on this stage. So let's go ahead and jettison that stage. And fire up the other stage and just get a little bit of distance. There we go. And now we've sped up so much that we're going to hit in 7 minutes. There we go. This is so great. Let's get a fun screenshot here with Kerbal in the background. There's our bullet. The seismic smasher. And let's see. Let me get a really good screenshot for Shipwreck. Okay, that's not the way I want to go, actually. That way. There we go. Okay. And now point prograde again, and let's go ahead and speed the game up. And yeah, this stage will burn for about 30 seconds, just over 30 seconds. So let's actually, we want to get, let's see, Kerbal Engineer. Let's see, is this surface? Yeah, let's edit the surface one. That's surface, okay. Time to maneuver node, time to atmosphere. Okay, that's not the one. Landing. Okay, landing is the one. Impact time. Okay, impact time is on there, so... Go engineer. Okay, there we go. Alright, we've got an extra window here. So our landing time, impact time, is 3 minutes and 45 seconds. So let's speed up the game just a little bit. Three minutes. 2.5 minutes. We're at 4 times speed. Two minutes. $90 seconds. And 1 minute. All right. Okay, so at 35 seconds, so we're going to go full throttle for Shipwreck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and full throttle. Whoop, there we go. Nope. We don't have probe control. No, that is not fair. That is not fair. Where are the relays? Oh, we're in their shadow for Shipwreck. Well, Shipwreck, we'll do it again for you, I promise. That's hilarious. All right, so design updates for version 2. Bigger antennas. But here we go. It exploded. Boom. But it's a success. Let's close this. So yeah, we have seismic smasher debris crashed into Minmus. That's right. So, yep. Let's that was a 20-day mission. Let's take a look at this. We do have a message from our science. And here it is. Oh, yeah, we got the maximum amount of science out of this. Surface deployed seismic sensor from Minmus surface generated 400 science. Sensor readings affected by impact energy, 7,531%. Imagine if we were going full speed. All right, so if he, Shipwreck, you're just in time with the Boozinate. Shipwreck, literally, your timing, impeccable. Let's do it again. Let's update the design, better communications, so that we can actually full throttle, and hopefully you don't get that weird bug. And you just woke up. I knew you were napping. All right, so Shipwreck, I'm going to Boozinate. Ship, you crashed, says Bo. Yes, indeed. I'm going to boozinate and Shipwreck. So I accidentally got a whole bunch of science off camera unintentionally. I'd call that a derp, wouldn't you? So while I pour the booze, there it is. Shipwreck with a very nice derp. Counting a very nice derp for me. Wasn't gonna question it. I didn't think you would. All right. A good pour there. And here we go. This is for you. And that was the last time Dan ever derped. Apparently. Thank you, Shipwreck. That was for science. All right, let's go ahead and delete that message. And let's head back to the Space Center. What are we drinking today? Rocket fuel. It's the same as last time. I actually really like this one. And I was thinking about doing a different one today, but it's been a busy morning. So I just went with the my new standard, the from Moab Brewery. FMU. I'm not quite sure what that stands for, but it says Hop Rocket Blast Off on the top, so I just call it that. Margaritas. Not quite. All right, booze cam off, and man, it is dark here. In fact, things are not rendering properly. Let's just go into the vehicle assembly building, though. You have standards? I sure do. Here's the bullet that we just crashed into Minmus. And this is version 1.0. Let's first update we're going to do, we're going to add flags to this. We want, and Discord would not let me download the full res one from your profile, so I took a screenshot and I scaled it up. So look at this, like, look at that amazing resolution right there. Incredible. So let's see. We want to add some communications to this. We don't need anything super fancy. Let's just add these. We can put them right there. So let's put them on the nose cone. That makes more sense. There we go. It's Chinese made. Actually, this looks a lot like a British rocket. I'm blanking on the name of the British rocket. They it wasn't a very long-lived space program. They realized it was pretty much cheaper to send their payloads on other people's rockets, basically use European Space Agency. But so yeah, this is our seismic smasher. And now that we have communications, better communications on it, we're going to call this Seismic Smasher version 2. I mean, that's such a little incremental change that normally I'd just call that 1.1, but there's a V27 joke in there. So let's head out. We don't need to advance the clock anymore because we already did. But let's head out. Let's do two things. Let's just double check that there are any contracts that we want to be aware of deadlines for. Okay, there it's rendering properly. All right, active. Surface outpost on the moon. We have 13 years to do that. Explore Minmus does not expire. Map asteroids. We have 17 years for that, and we're coming up on a maneuver for that. Rescue Dan Bear Derp, we have 4 years, and we just need to send actually, we have a return capsule, so we can do that. Jordan and Oscar, same thing. Detect 2 comets, that's in progress right now. Position a satellite, we have 4 years, 7 years, 23 years, 54 years. I think we're fine. Yeah, I just want to make sure that we are not coming up on any deadlines. I don't want to miss deadlines. So... First, let's see what kind of technology we can get from that. Look at that. We have 900 science. I can do 3 in this tier. And in fact, let's do that. So we want nuclear propulsion. We get the NERV atomic rocket motor. And this, instead of burning a rocket fuel and oxidizer to accelerate it to rocket exhaust speeds, Instead, it's got a nuclear reactor, and it moves liquid fuel across that reactor in order to heat it up. And so it's not a very high thrust, but it is incredibly efficient. We want it. Large volume containment, that's just really large fuel tanks and an extra big decoupler. We want it. Advanced metalworks, what does this give us? An inflatable airlock, that's very cool. The shielded docking port, that's very good. And some structural pieces. Heavy landing, that's good. Unmanned tech, oh, this might be really good. So yeah, this gives us better probe cores. Another camera, some new cameras from the camera mod. And that's basically it. Hey, Kit, welcome. Yeah, the bot worked for everyone but Twiglet. Welcome. And high power electrics. This is probably what I want. Yeah, this gives us better thermal systems, bigger batteries, and bigger solar panels. Let's do that one. And that's our science points spent already. So let's do this again. Let's go ahead and warp to sunrise. And let's launch the Seismic Smasher version 2. Maybe I should add more alliteration to it. It's the Shipwreck Seismic Smasher. Let's be real. Counts. Shipwreck Seismic Smasher. There we go. Now I've got an extra ship that I need to delete. Extra ship file. And we're gonna launch this guy. Here we go. Other than the communications issues, this was a very good rocket. There was also that weird bug with the orbits. We are crashing a ship again, and this time we're going to make sure it crashes on the day side. Also, Kit, I may have derped off camera, and that's the score now. All right, let's close that. We don't need that either. And let's bring up the flight recorder again. Altitude, acceleration, and dynamic pressure. And this time, let's watch the onboard camera. Throttle is up, stability assist is on. And we are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of our modified Arcus 2 medium launch vehicle carrying the Shipwreck Seismic Smasher version 2. Vehicle is pitching downrange. And everything is looking nominal. Vehicle is supersonic. We have maximum aerodynamic pressure. All right, we're coming up on main engine cutoff. We have MECO, stage separation, and second engine start. Goodbye, little booster. You did a good job. And we can close this now, too. Nice view. Bo saying, you are so much smarter than I am. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Have more experience in talking about space. So there are certainly more expert on space people than I am, and on other topics as well. All right, let's pitch down towards the horizon here. In order to continue falling but not hit the ground, we need to be going fast enough to the side that we fall over the edge of the planet. Basically, this is what we're doing here. Got our space music. Let's take a look at this thing. I've got some good screenshots for you, Shipwreck. Oh, look at that. I love the danger flag, too. Fair says, Boan, you have more knowledge of space than I have. And let me know, am I pronouncing your name properly? Because I'm pretty sure Bruno hilariously pronounces it wrong. I'm used to him saying Bohan, and I'm pretty sure that that is not accurate based on that spelling. Okay, let's go ahead and cut the engine. And let's warp to our apoapsis and get our orbit. Could have added more reaction wheels too, but it's not really necessary. We don't need extreme maneuverability out of this thing. We just need extreme speed. Alright, now let's point towards prograde, but we will speed up the game so we don't have to wait. You're saying it right? Just bow is fine. Alright, cool. And throttle back all the way up. Full throttle. That's what this thing does. Full throttle for Shipwreck. Alright, and we have a good orbit. And now it is roughly circular. Alright, let's set Minmus as our target. And let's choose a path here. So it's going to be about here by the time we get to it. So we want to come around to about here and add our maneuver. And prograde, just like that. We're going to be coming at it at quite an inclination here, so we're also going to want to burn normal. Basically north. Normal and anti-normal are 90 degrees to our current course. And that will do for now. There we go. Now let's just double check this. If we add another maneuver at the descending node, and this one would be only for changing the inclination, will we get an encounter? It's perfect. Okay. Yep, that's great. Let's delete that one for now. We don't need it. Okay, so this is a 920 meter per second maneuver. Will burn for 43 seconds, and it's coming up in 30 minutes. So let's warp to here. That gives us about 5 minutes to point our ship properly. There we go. And if I speed up the game, I can go up to 4 times speed while still calculating physics, and that is very useful when your ship is very slow to move to a new attitude. There we go. Alright, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Now we'll do regular time warp. Get there quick. We'd still be on, like, our second space mission ever if I did this in real time. Thank goodness for time warp. In fact, yeah, we're into the 4th year of this game. but only one real-life year of streaming, so... Of course, those are Earth years instead of Kerbal years. They're a little bit different, but still pretty long. Alright, so we need to start our burn about 22 seconds or so before the node. We'll start at 25 seconds before the node. Our precision is not terribly important from here. Alright, so we will start our burn in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ignition. Looking good. We have quite a bit more communication power than we did last time, so I don't expect to lose communication. And throttling down a bit. Back, Supreme Doom called. How rude. What a pain in the butt. I know, right? Shipwreck redeeming Boozinate. She almost cost you that Boozinate, didn't she? Alright, let's finish this burn, and I will Boozinate. And then we're going to go crash another ship on Minmus. Hopefully we get more science out of it. I'm not sure if we will or not. Right there. Perfect. Nobody boozinates my bear pig. Nobody but you, Shipwreck, and anyone who snipes it from you. Awesome, thank you. Okay. So now we need to get to the descending node. Ascending and descending node are places where this orbit intersects the plane of this orbit. So last time we met Minmus at one of these nodes, so we didn't need to do this. But this time we have to do an adjustment. So let's go ahead and warp to there. Thank you for the host, Shipwreck. I need to add something for that. I think I can get around stream elements not showing hosts very well, or at least prioritizing those over raids, frustratingly, by doing some implementation with MooBot. I've got some ideas. Since this is the descending node, we need to point normal, which is this way, towards the north, basically. And here's our relative inclination is 8.4 degrees, and now it's going down. That's exactly what we want. Overshooting a bit though, so we're going to need another fix. So if I point radial in, I bet we get a nice shot. About radial out instead. Get there quicker. No, interesting. Alright, let's zero those out. Send it to the next galaxy, I say. Yeah, eventually we might have to add some mods that add more planets. Or, I'm kind of thinking, after this, going into the realism overhaul set of mods. There we go, we'll do that. Let's just point retrograde then. And those are pretty intense. Those add the real solar system, so, you know, Earth, Mars, Venus, etc., and more realistic parts. So things like communication delay, engines that don't throttle all the way down or can't be restarted, etc. Replay mod is the worst mod ever. I said what I said. Sorry, off topic. Oh, Kit, I will help. I will help later, and I will correct the errors of your ways. Let's see. Can I focus view on Minmus? There we go. Let's do this. All right. We have an encounter with Minmus. You have done some poop. He's not wrong. All right, and let's go to here. And that's 5 days away. And we still have 94 days until we need to do our maneuver for the telescope. The COVID, the Celestial Object Vector Intercept Detection Telescope. Just keeps crashing because it can't handle going back 3 seconds in the timeline. Yeah. I'll help you later. Possibly even today, Kit. That is less an issue with the replay mod and the fact that Minecraft does not do backwards packets. It has to, in order for things to be accurate, it has to simulate the game from the start to do that. Okay, so now we're here. Let's see what happens if I add a maneuver here. We want to look at our Minmus periapsis. Right here. And that is going up. We want it to go down. Oh, 118.2 still. Also, how much memory do you have dedicated to Minecraft? More memory actually helps with the replay mod. Alright, I don't like any of this actually, so we're going to wait until we're closer. Add a maneuver here. Well, that is just a mess. There we go. Okay. Yeah, don't let me forget, Kit, and later I'll get on Discord with you and see if I can help out. Because yeah, it can be frustrating. And a lot of it has to do with the way replay mod just has to trick Minecraft into doing the right thing. Alright, yeah, we're going to wait until we're in the sphere of influence of Minmus, actually. So, probably, and that is probably the big issue. Let's see, in 2 hours we will encounter Minmus, so let's get there. Here. And then we'll have a clearer view of what we're doing. Alright, here we are in Minmus Sphere of Influence. So if I add a maneuver right here, we go retrograde. That's what we want to do. Okay. KSP is a farmer stable game. I don't know about that. That is a bold claim. No bugs whatsoever. You know how bold that is. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Is this going to do that to me again? That weirdness? Need to get down and flee back. Oh, Shipwreck. Alright, let's warp right to the periapsis. Let's do this do this the safe way. Damn, that's bugs. I see. Okay. This appears to be doing what it should. Last time, we got some weirdness here. Now, surely KSP 2 is the one that will have no bugs. Right? Alright, and we want to make sure that we come down on the day side this time. So if we come to... let's focus the target here, focus the camera here. Let's come around to here, and yeah, we have a fantastic signal. It says, I like how they just let the bugs accumulate until the point they decided they just rewrite the whole game. At some point, that it really is the correct answer. I'm just wondering when they're going to do that with Minecraft. They're doing it interestingly with Minecraft though. They're very slowly replacing the code, the old code, one bit at a time. And honestly, they've been doing a really good job of that. Of all the things that they're doing, I think that they're doing that very well. All right. See, now what we have to do is slow down because we're going this way. We want to be going that way. So if we slow down this way, we'll only have this velocity left. That's why they're still on 1.xx exactly. Alright, this is much closer to what I would expect this thing to do. Alright, here we go. Straight down towards the planet. Like, our orbital speed is 0.4 meters per second. That's beautiful. Alright, and we still have 838 meters per second in this stage, and a total of 3.5 kilometers per second available to us. Let's turn on our Kerbal Engineer window. There we go. Yep, currently impact time is in 1 day. It will take us an entire day, which is 4 hours on Kerbin, to reach the surface. So we are going to time warp. Let's see, where is Minmus? There it is, right below. Look at it rotating around right underneath us. All right, let's come out of time warp. Yep, we have 2 hours until impact. We want to point straight down, which is currently prograde. Look at that. Prograde vector straight down. All right, Shipwreck, do you want to say it? You want to say full throttle? Waiting on your command, Shipwreck. Zoom in on him. There's Kit saying full throttle. We have one vote, and first. First to say it. With the laughter. All right, Shipwreck. We're just gonna have to do it with or without you. Are you ready, Shipwreck, for full throttle? Catch a ride. Pete and Kit with the hydrate. Let's hydrate and give Shipwreck a chance to do the command, to give us the command to full throttle towards the surface of Minmus. Thank you, Kit. It has been absurdly hot here. I do not want to get dehydrated. All right, well, we're doing it. We're doing this. Full throttle. Full speed ahead. Here we go. Make sure that we don't get an escape trajectory. Should be good. Yeah, still pointed right straight down. Go, says Bo. Hot here today too. Yeah. All right, we are out of fuel on this stage, so let's cut throttle, separate stages, start that engine, and just nudge our way away. There we go. Here we go. Shipwreck Seismic Smasher version 2. Headed toward the surface of Minmus at 881 meters per second. And we have 2.7 kilometers per second delta V remaining. We're gonna hit in 10 minutes. So, oh, is this the first time you've seen this, Shipwreck? I mean, Kit. This is my low-res screenshot of his profile picture by Library of Characters. All right. Let's see. Okay, good. Impact time is still being calculated properly. That's good. Elric redeeming Boozinate. Alright, let's come out of Time Warp and Boozinate. Thank you, Elric. Oh, Shipwreck, you missed it. You missed a Boozinate. It got sniped. Life just isn't fair, is it? Thank you, Elric. Watching out for me. Alright. 40 seconds before impact, we're going to go full throttle again. Actually, we should do it before that because it's going to change our impact time as we accelerate. So, yeah, let's do it 5 minutes before impact. Pat Elric, go to your room. All right, here we go. All right, Shipwreck. Do I have the order for full throttle? Full speed ahead? At your word, sir. At your word, or in 30 seconds. I think he might be trolling me. He might be trolling me by this one time not saying it. He'll say it every time. And now he has his chance. Ship? He's trolling me. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and full throttle. Here we go. All right, how fast are we going? 2 kilometers per second. Look at the impact time come down real fast. Yeah, I'm glad we're doing it from here. I don't know if there's any more data to be got from this, but we're gonna try. That's part of the science experiment. Can we learn anything new? There we go. And we're going 3.6 kilometers per second towards the surface of Minmus. Impact in 30 seconds. Look at that big ol' ball of mint ice cream. Getting the screenshots in. Oh, that's great. Here we go. Oh, and no message here. Yeah, we've maxed out that science experiment, but that was worth it. Oh, Shipwreck, that was for you. Okay, Shipwreck. Free Boozinate. for the ship. Beautiful. All right, well, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Let's go to our space station now. Let's turn those on. Arcadia Station. And I think I brought the guys back. Like I said, it's been a busy week, especially with the release of Minecraft 1.19. There's been a lot to do. Yeah, okay, here we are. Both on the first SMP and in preparing my own family server. All right, so here's our station, and we can use this ship to get home. Let's see, we have... Okay, we have plenty of monopropellant, so I don't think we really need to be... We don't need this fuel. We can pump that out. Yeah, that can go into this ship here rather than being wasted. So let's hide this engineer interface. There we go. Yeah, get that out of the way. It's taking up a lot of the screen. Now we need our fuel balancer mod, so we don't have to do all this tedious right-clicking and finding the right tanks. So that one here, as I right-click and find the right tank. But yeah, that's the X200, so we need liquid fuel to go out of that one right there. Out, and oxidizer as well. And that will go into our passenger ship. The Pork 4. All right, let's stop that and close it. And is anyone aboard? Eric is aboard. We don't need Eric aboard, so let's transfer crew. Let's put him right here in the cupola. The cupola. All right, so what we need, let's look at our contracts here. Dan Bear Derp, Jordan, and Oscar. They're the ones that we have saved from orbit, from other agencies, and now we need to bring them home to the surface. There's Jordan. There they are, all of them. All right, transfer crew. We want to, let's do Jordan first. Hitting that. And put him right here on this pod. Listen to him crawling through all the tubes through the station. Transfer Oscar. There we go. And it always says crew transfer interrupted, but what interrupted it was finishing it, so it's fine. And Dan Bear Derp. Oscar is Elric's cat. That's a Kerbal rescue redeem from Elric, and so is Dan Bear Derp. A couple of Dan Bear piglets and a Dan Bear Derp now. And Jordan is a redeem by Shipwreck, and that is Kit's fiance. So yeah, we got plenty of the first craft crew on here now, and friends. So we've got Jordan, Oscar, Dan Bear Derp. That's perfect. So now we need to deorbit this guy, undock, and yep, there we are. And we do stability assist and turn on the RCS thrusters, and we can get some distance here. And we've got no fuel in our main tank, but we should have plenty of monopropellant for deorbit. So let's turn off the RCS to change our attitude, which we don't need to change by a lot. We do want to save the RCS. Okay, yeah, we don't want to crash into the station, so let's let it drift a little bit. And if I throttle up a bit and turn on the RCS, let's make sure we don't hit the station. Yeah, we will be fine. And as we leave the station, we are slowing down relative to the surface of Kerbin, which will lower our orbit until we hit the atmosphere. I almost said lower our atmosphere. No, it's not going to do that. Alright, full throttle. Now that we know we're going to clear the station just fine, let's keep an eye on our fuel. Yeah, looks like we're going to be fine. We just need our periapsis to drop below 70 kilometers, and the atmosphere can do the rest. So let's speed up the game a little bit so we don't have to wait through this whole thing. I don't mind it, but it's not the most exciting content. It looks like we're going to come down in the at night, but that's okay. And there we have a periapsis that is within Kerbin's atmosphere. Alright, let's stop there. We don't want to dip too aggressively. Now we can do regular time warp until we're in the atmosphere and just watch this reentry. And when we hit the atmosphere also, we're going to jettison the service module here, the fuel tank, basically. There we go. We are in the atmosphere, and you can't see a dang thing. Yeah, that is as dark as it gets, and in fact, I think the rendering is not doing what it should. Let's see if I can get it to, no. Yeah, this is a rendering issue with Kerbal. The game with no bugs, as ProKitman points out. But that's problematic. So we're going to have to fly by instruments here because we can't see the ship. So I'm going to point our nose out away from the surface of Kerbin, and that means our butt's pointed towards Kerbin. And then if I stage, okay, I could see the silhouette here. And we are still connected, it looks like. Yeah, I'm a little bit wary of the staging here. Yeah, let's just do this manually. The decoupler, there we go. Yeah, I don't want to lose the heat shield. I think we would be okay with the built-in heat shield, but we want to keep that. All right, so now that is going to be on a different trajectory and we won't hit it. It won't hit us. Now we point retrograde again. And geez, I wish you could see that. Okay, we can see it a little bit, but yeah, the dark is darker than it should be by quite a lot. It was like a little bit earlier when we went to the Space Center and we couldn't see it. It was just black. So let's take a look in the cabin. There we go. That's looking good. Oh, the texture replacer mod. Okay, I think that is Oscar. And that would be... Is that Danbury Derp or Jordan? One or the other. Okay, but we should be able to see the reentry effects. Okay, there we go. Very good. Let's have fun with the camera tools, too. Target self. Auto flyby. That's what we want. And there's the other stage right there. Sonic boom. Some guys, says Bo. Yes, indeed. You can see them all right here. Yeah, Jordan's the one with the handlebars. Oscar has handlebars too, okay, and Dan Bear Derp has that dashing mustache and beard, of course. All chosen at random by the texture replacer mod. That's hilarious. They normally don't have facial hair without mods. I hear a fanfare. We've got the 54 Bear following. Welcome, the 54 Bear. Fellow bear. All right, let's yeah, we got the fire trail of the fuel tank there too. Sonic boom. Okay, that's pretty cool. Twin fire trails. Take a lot of screenshots. Yep, and atmosphere is slowing us down, and we've got plenty of ablator. Far more ablator in our heat shield than we actually need, but that's something I'd rather not skimp on if I don't have to. But it does save weight. coming down into the superior part of the atmosphere. Drag is increasing, but speed is decreasing, so the stresses on the ship are going down. They're still experiencing a little bit more than 2 Gs in that capsule, but that's not too bad. And it's still so dark. There we go. That's kind of nice. Bear says, well, deep-fried Kerbals are not happy Kerbals. Yeah, I mean, these guys, they look pretty happy. I don't know, Dan Bear Derp looks a little bit nervous, but these guys look happy. I don't know if they'd know if they got deep-fried or not. Alright, and soon we can deploy our parachutes. Let's see, at about 2 kilometers above the terrain, we'll go ahead and deploy the parachutes. We're still slowing down plenty with just regular drag on the capsule. And yeah, sorry it's so dark. Yeah, the rendering, there's supposed to be more ambient light, and I don't see any of the city lights either from the from that texture mod. So that's an interesting one. We're 10 kilometers above the surface. Let's go back in the cockpit. This is a nicer view. Look at those guys. Yeah, they all look very serious now. Alright, we're 6 kilometers up. Going 230 meters per second. We're above the grasslands. Let's go ahead and deploy the parachutes. There you go, and watch our speed come down more quickly. And then at 1 kilometer, there's full deploy, and there's the shaking right there. Yeah, big spike in the G-forces for them there too. Alright, we're 650 meters up. Let's go ahead and speed the game up just a little bit so we don't have to... we have more parachutes than we really need. Actually, this is actually pretty good for this because we're going 6 meters per second. Okay, that startled me. That was just the fuel tank hitting at a distance. We're okay. We're still 350 meters up. But yeah, that startled me. I'll admit it. 200 meters. 100 meters. Flying by instrument here. And we are on the ground. There we go. Success. All right, let's get out of here. Yeah, so dark. The only thing it's rendering properly is the flag. That's kind of hilarious. Let's recover the vessel. We'll get a little bit of money back, and we'll get the completion of those 3 rescue contracts, and that will be very nice for our space agency. Hopefully the rendering will reset too. Sometimes it does. There we go. Yep, scene change, and we fixed the rendering. Alright, we didn't get any science from that because we've already saturated all of that, but Jordan, Oscar, and Dan Bear Derp are all back, and they've all been promoted. I mean, they all needed rescue. I don't know why they get a promotion. But that's okay, and we should have new contracts there. Okay, so ferry a VIP safely to his destinations. Someone wants to land on the moon, and they're just not going to pay very much for that. No, I'm sorry, but that's a laughable offer. Ferry 2 tourists safely to their destination and back. They want to orbit Kerbal. That's not so bad. And they're not paying a ton, but they're paying as much as the VIP wanted to pay to land on the moon. Yeah, we can probably do that. Though if we do, we're just gonna have even more tourists wanting a ride. So let's maybe not at the moment. Let's see, what else have we got? We've got other rescues. Hannibal is one that was redeemed by Satan, friend of the channel Satan. And I think we have Kaylee. Okay, Kaylee and Kaylee scrap from orbit of the moon. Hannibal and Hannibal scrap from orbit of the moon. Science data from space around Minmus and around Moho. We have missions on the way there, and we have this mission that I don't think has nearly enough Delta V to get that Tundra orbit around Eve, so we're going to be launching another one in the future, for sure. We also have this one to build a new surface outpost on the moon. We're doing really well on our money too, though. Explore Minmus. It wants us to dock vessels in orbit around Minmus. And give me just a moment. I've got a text from my wife. Let me make sure it's not something urgent about the kiddos. Nope, it's a meme. That's amazing. All right. Let's do. Yeah, we've got some rescues that we need to rename as well. Let's take a look at what we have for our upcoming alarms. So we have the periapsis for our telescope coming up in 83 days. The Celestial Orbit Vector Intercept Detection Telescope. Elric redeeming Boozinate and Hydrate. Shipwreck, you missed another one. You missed another one. All right, Boozinate comes first in the list. Here we go. Thank you, Elric. And a Hydrate. Excellent. And yeah, even though we moved the clock forward about 40 days just now, we're still in kind of a lull in events in this campaign. So that's actually kind of nice. So yeah, we've got the periapsis of our comet detecting telescope, where we need to put it in the proper orbit. We'll be encountering Eve 5 days later, so we're coming actually pretty close on that. It won't get into the tundra orbit, but maybe we can get the lander to the surface and get some science from it. We've got, after that, we've got a correction burn for our Duna mission. And then we have a launch for Moho, a launch for Drez, and then Val and Bob Kerman. Kerman return means return to Kerbin, not that that's their name. Val and Bob Kerman will be actually getting back in 200 days from now. That's wild. We've been waiting for that since the very beginning, basically. Elu launch, Jewel launch. Our Drez mission will get a correction burn. Both of our Drez missions will get a correction burn. Eve launch, yeah, it's going to be a while until we have another good launch for Eve. And Duna launch, and then our Jewel mission will finally get there in 2 years. Our Drez mission will get there in 2.5 years. And that's one for... I didn't label that one properly. We'll have to see what that one is. So let's go ahead and do our rescues then. So, oh yeah, contract complete. Oscar, Jordan, and Dan Bear Derp. Welcome back, guys. Welcome home. So let's go to our rescue vessel. Actually, we need to send... Yeah, we need to send some equipment to it. We need to send a grabber. So let's do a refuel mission with a grabber that we can dock to the front of the rescue ship. Because we're going to need that in order to actually recover the scrap. So let's pull up our familiar refuel ship. It starts with a B, Dan. It's Big Fuel Tank. There we go. Big Fuel Tank 2.0. And instead of this nose cone this time, yeah, let's get rid of that. And instead we're going to put something else on the top. So we're going to need another docking port, just like that. And we don't really need a probe core on that. But let's just see what we've got, because we have new probe cores. No, we don't have new probe cores. We will soon. We didn't choose that technology. But this one, it's only 650. We might as well put that on there just in case. And then what we want, under coupling, we want the big grabbing unit. Yeah, I think we do. We want the big one. let's go ahead and arm it. We want the black one? No, we want the white one. It'll look better on our ship, which is not black. Alright, I think that is a reasonable amount of clipping there, without feeling cheaty. Okay, so yeah, if we dock this thing, if we take it up there and just pop it off and then pick it up with our rescue ship, then we can use this to grab other ships. So we're going to go ahead and close that. And I think it'll be fine sitting on the top of there. And we've definitely let enough time elapse between launches that we can just take this out to the launch pad, and let's go for it. Adjust my posture here while we wait for this to load. There we go. No one cares about my back pain. No one's redeeming stretch. I see how you guys are. You just want me to boozinate. Alright, and this is fine. Let's watch this one from the surface. So set target. Let's target that. We'll be looking at the fuel tank position. Let's watch it from up here this time. Oh, that did not set the position. Okay, we'll watch it from the surface right there. No. Okay, so, oh, because I've got auto flyby on. There we go. Set target and set position. Can we watch it from the roof of the VAB? That's the question. We sure can. Okay, that's excellent. Bo, thank you. Redeeming stretch for 150 carbon credits. Oh, I like to guilt trip you guys. Here we go. Hands on the ceiling, feet on the floor. That feels good. My back's been doing a lot better, but still. All right, so let's double check our staging. You pass this, Bo. Okay, and yep, and then the upper stage engine, and this fuel tank is locked. Though from experience, we're probably going to have to unlock it and use just a tiny bit of that fuel for our final approach to the space station. So, throttle up, stability assist on. Let's close that and that. Bring up the flight recorder from MechJeb. We want to look at our altitude, our acceleration, and our dynamic pressure. All right, and we are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. And Bo says, now I want to see feet on the ceiling and hands on the floor. Oh, that's a pretty dawn launch. Vehicle is pitching downrange. Looking nominal. I'm considering doing a face cam once I have this room set up. The bumps, I don't know if they were picked up by the mic or not, but the bumps of moving furniture, we are supersonic. Where my wife's setting up her new sewing room upstairs. Now that we have an extra room available in the house, we've split that up so that she can have enough room to actually do her sewing projects. Because as fun as it was to share this office space, there just wasn't enough room to sprawl out with sewing. So she's doing that, and then I'm going to set this thing up, and honestly, the issue is not whether or not I want to show my face on stream, but the fact that this room is just a mess. Solid booster cutoff and separation. That's a nice view. We should watch from the top of the VAB more often. Let's close this. And everything is looking nominal. I think this was actually a sunset launch because the sun was behind us to the west, not to the east. Got some oscillation that I'm not happy about, but I think we'll be all right. Coming up on main engine cutoff. Ooh, main engine cutoff and stage separation. Yeah, let's get rid of that stage. We're tumbling a bit. Let's go back here. Thrust and start this engine, and then when we are pointing prograde, we're gonna throttle up and get out of this little bit of a spin. And now. And cut engine. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we got a little bit more oscillation than we should have. So, but we recovered from it. Oh, I bet I know what that was about. I had some of the auto struts from the aerodynamic nose cone that were keeping this thing steady. So without those, yeah, we got more oscillation. All right, we are about 30 seconds from apoapsis, so I'm going to start the engine again. We're going to maintain a 15-degree pitch and set Arcadia Station as our target. Also, correct our inclination just a little bit. This really wants to pitch down. There we go. And that's because we've got this big heavy fuel tank that's being pulled on by gravity, so yeah. Yeah, and our inclination is coming down. We had a 4.5-degree inclination, now it's a 3-degree inclination. That's good. Pitch up to about 30 degrees here. We want to stay up out of the atmosphere. Our periapsis is coming up, but yeah, we lost a little bit with that wobbling, so definitely going to be dipping into this fuel tank a little bit. Yeah, our apoapsis, time to apoapsis is rising, so yeah, we're going to be okay. I'm going to actually pitch back down to 15 degrees. Alright, and we're no longer lowering our inclination, so coming back to due east. Just going to put prograde now. Yeah, this thing is definitely wobbling more than I'm used to. Yeah, launching at sunset. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I've been thinking of doing some opening up a sandbox mode game and filming some segments and making kind of a series of cinematics, like a channel trailer for this. And I think that might have to be one of the shots for it. Alright, we have an orbit. It's a lower orbit. Let's see where we are relative to our station target. There it is. Okay, we want the station to catch up with us, so let's go ahead and raise our orbit to match 150-kilometer orbit. Watch our apoapsis reach 150. There we go. So now we'll want to reach our apoapsis, and then if we raise our orbit higher than the station on the other side, we'll let the station catch up with us. Yeah, our relative inclination is 1.5 degrees. That's actually pretty good. All right, and... oh, that's actually not what I wanted. Go here. Let's point towards the horizon. Pin that and pin that, and let's see if we can get an intersect from here. I bet we can. We want these markers to come around in line with these markers, and that means that when we come back around on our orbit, we will line up with the station. Okay, periapsis is 145. Let's just keep doing that. And yep, that number's going to come down so that when we come back around, we will be closer. Not my most efficient approach, but it will do. 600 kilometers, 500, 400, 300, 200, 100. And let's lower our throttle so we can get very precise here. 20. Okay, 10 kilometers. That'll be good. And our relative speed will be 197 meters per second. So yeah, we're definitely going to be unlocking this fuel tank. Let's do that now before we forget. Yeah, now we have 4.1 kilometers per second of delta V available to us. Let's see. This is in 46 minutes, so let's warp to here. Give ourselves 5 minutes to work on this. And this is a much more routine mission than the impactor, the impactor probe. So actually, most of the first missions to the moon were impactors, and they were really mostly just tests to see, okay, can we get something to hit the moon? How well can we target the moon? They also tried to get as much imagery back, so they had cameras and such, but the main objective of the first missions to the moon were just, can we hit the thing? And then after we had a seismometer landed there, we kept doing that, sometimes with some debris, sometimes with other missions, so that we could read the seismic waves and get an idea of what was going on. Alright, we're pointing retrograde relative to the target. Burning that way does not tighten our approach, though. In 4 minutes. Let's actually go out of map view, look at the target. There's the target 53 kilometers away. Go here. No, we're gonna have to see which way it's drifting. That way. Okay. So this is drifting that way. So we want to get ahead of it. Point this way. And if I burn from out here, we should at the very least... Yeah, okay, so the separation and approach is dropping slowly. At the very least, we want it to not go up. Going down is ideal. 40 kilometers away. And we're coming up on sunrise, so we might actually do this in daylight. That would be fantastic. Okay, let's point out here and tighten the approach. 9 kilometers. Alright, and that's the best that's doing there, so we're gonna need to be... Yeah, we're 20 kilometers away, and we need to burn down here. This part is tricky to eyeball, but it's the way I do it, so... One of these days I'll I really want to learn the math for this and plot it out on paper and see if I can actually pull off that maneuver exactly. Alright, 8 kilometers at approach. For now I just read the instruments decently. 7. 6 kilometers. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Oh, and 1.5. Okay. Alright, let's point retrograde, and let's see, what's this telling us? Our relative speed at approach will be 78 meters per second. That's not bad at all. And don't stare straight at the sun. Let's get closer. 10 kilometers. 4. Alright, we're going to have a little lag spike as it loads the station up. There it is. Alright, and let's slow down. .29 meters per second, that's not bad. Now we can tighten up our approach again. So most of you have seen me do this dozens of times now. But anyone new, this might actually be a little bit new. Not Rocket Prime says, what a nice radiation ray light sun. Yeah, we're heating up and irradiating our Kerbals here. I really want to try out... I've tried it a little bit, but not full playthrough. I want to try out a little bit more the Kerbalism mod, which really does take into account the solar radiation and even things like solar flares. All right, we're at a relative stop, 700 meters away from the station. We want to control from here. And point right at the station. Or let's not do that. Let's pump all the fuel into this tank. And then... do we want to jet... no, let's not pump that. Let's just stage. Undock, rather. And that way we can deorbit this. It has just enough fuel in it, I believe, to deorbit. So undock. There we go. And orbit, we're going to point retrograde. And full throttle. There we go. And before we get too far away, let's change targets to here. Okay, perfect. And let's control from here and then point right at our target, which is Arcadia Station. In fact, let's activate the camera. And then we're going to come out and grab this thing with the space forklift. Come on. Yeah, the handling on this thing. Alright, and that gave us a 0.5 meter per second velocity relative to the target. That's okay. Alright, let's switch to... use the right control. There we go. Switch to our space forklift, which should be fully fueled. There it is. What about RCS, monopropellant? We want some more of that. Let's pump some monopropellant in. From here. There we go. Undock. And there we go. So we want to make sure we're controlling from here. Activate the camera, and let's go to probes. There it is. And big fuel tank 2.0 probe. That's the one. Okay. And there it is over there. I hear the furniture moving again. Her sewing room is actually looking really cool. Very much getting her aesthetic going. Okay, main engine's on, just a little nudge. We're going to bring this back, drop the claw from the front. And then, as this procedure, standard procedure, we're going to dock the fuel tank with the station, and then we're going to pick up the claw with our passenger ship. Slow down a bit. We're 400 meters away. You can see it clearly now. All right, here we are on our final approach. Let's slow down again. And line up. One meter per second. 0.5, 0.3, 0.2 is about what we want. And I don't really care about our rotation being aligned. There we go. We are docked. So now we want to control from here again. And we don't have a camera view from there. Let's see. Our target is still Arcadia Station. Perfect. So let's... Our RCS is on. We need that to carry this big thing. This thing handles amazingly well until I have cargo. Then it's a little rough. Alright, bring it right in line with the station. See if I can get a better approach here. I think I'm going to want to point this way and do a very gentle burn. Meters, 250. All right. Let's point retrograde. We want to be ready to slow down. Would not do to crash this full fuel tank, nearly full, at 2.5 meters per second into our station. I think several Kerbonauts would be unhappy with that. Bo says, see you another time, Dan. I had fun, but bedtime in Europe. Goodbye. Thank you for dropping by, Bo, and glad to see you streaming. I'll be sure I catch one of those very soon, and you have a good night. All right, let's get closer. Same deal as before. We're gonna closer approach as well. There we go. Sorta. Alright, we have plenty of monopropellant though, so I'm not really worried about burning that. And yeah, this big monopropellant tank we've sent up here has lasted forever, so I'm very happy with that. Alright, 150 meter separation, that's pretty good. We're almost close enough that I can actually see to pick our docking port. And in fact, I think we're coming up over the top of it, and I want to be on the bottom of it. So, let's lock our camera. There we go. And yeah, let's actually come to a dead stop relative to the thing, because we're actually getting pretty close, and this will make it actually very easy to maneuver around to the other side of the station. So yeah, 1.7 meters per second, and just a gentle nudge with our main engines will take care of this. There we go. Now let's go around and face the target. And yeah, there's the cupola. Still not quite sure how to properly pronounce that. And yeah, we have a good approach now, so let's make sure that we're going on to that side of the station. And then time warp and let it fly over us. Luli, hey there! Saying, hey Dan, I've been lurking for a while, and I gotta say this is incredibly calming to watch while I work on my thesis. That is good to hear. Sometimes I worry that it's not all excitement all the time, but this can be a very calming game. Glad to hear it, and I hope that your thesis is going well. Alright, yeah, this is just right. And we want this docking port here. There we go. Set that as the target. Yeah, these tiny little maneuvering thrusters are doing everything they can to move this big thing. And Elric sniping it from Shipwreck again. I think he's napping again. Hydrate and boozinate. Let's do it while we're coming in for our approach here. Here's the hydrate. And here is the boozinate. Yeah, Shipwreck is slacking. You're keeping me, you're taking care of me. There it is. Alright, and we need to make sure we're coming up under here. Nice and slow. Yeah, look at that curve over here. Every path in space is curved. Every path. You can draw a straight line in space, but you can't travel a straight line in space. Alright, and it looks like we're coming here at night, which is okay. Let's come to a full stop. Let's go here a little bit. Except for apoapsis and periapsis when vertical speed is 0. I guess technically in that perspective, yeah. Relative to the surface of the planet, Fair enough. You can do a straight line down. And welcome, Cult of Dean's Beans. Control from here and activate the camera. All right. And target is still Arcadia Station docking port. Perfect. All right, look at that. And we've deployed the grabber, which we will pick up with our rescue ship, the Pork 4, Personnel Orbital Rescue Craft, version 4. And we should have time to go pick up. Let's go for. Let's see, Kaylee isn't here, so let's go for Hannibal because I think viewer who redeemed that is here and lurking. Don't want to call him out. Appreciate the lurkers and don't want to pressure them to interact. So, but I know Kaylee has been on the job hunt for forever and has had some success, and so yeah, she's definitely busy. So I'm gonna save her Kerbal for when she can watch it be rescued. All right, here we come to our final approach with our fuel. So we got lots of new names today, and I'm curious, did you guys find me through the Twitch recommendations, or is this through a Discord? I know I've recently been more active in N9 Gaming's Discord. N9 Gaming is fantastic. And there's a lot of content in there that I intend to check out very soon. Perfect. Textbook docking right there. Now, let's see. This probe, we need to rename this to Grabber. Or the Claw. Alright, so now we come back here and let's see. Whom do we have flying this? We have Philip Brewer and Kefri Bezos aboard. Optimus Prime is aboard. Raider is our primary pilot. So yeah, Raider is the one that is flying this ship. Let's undock. There we go. And yeah, we are very close to full on fuel. Let's get some separation from the station here, though. Yeah, we're full up on monopropellant as well. Let's see, probes, the Claw. We want the Claw as our target. Sure, we control from here. There we go. And let's see, let's look at the target. Where is it? It's over there. Okay, that's good. So if we point downwards, turn off the RCS, no need to waste it, even though we have plenty. All right, let's also activate the camera. And use our main engines just a little bit, and now RCS back on. There we go. Get a nice close approach. $100 will do, and then we'll get a good look at it, and we'll make sure that we point the docking port towards our ship. And in fact, I think it already is. Rocket Goose. Hello there. Hey, how's it going? What's going on? Well, we are in the final phase of today's stream. And we're picking up some equipment in orbit using our rescue ship, this guy here, the Pork 4. Pork stands for Personnel Orbital Rescue Craft, and of course we're at night, but we had a little bit of an incident on our shakedown cruise where we slid across the surface of Minmus, and we only lost one aerodynamic nose cone, so we're okay. But yeah, we're picking up a claw grabber so that we can do a rescue mission that includes recovering the pod. So let's go ahead and switch to target and make sure. In fact, we can, no, we can't activate that camera from here. Oh, no probe control. We're out of electric charge. That's why. That's okay. We actually are pretty good here, so let's switch back. Activate this docking port camera from the Hullcam VDS mod. This is a mostly stock install of Kerbal Space Program, but there are some quality of life mods, and probably the biggest game-changing mod I've got is the Hullcam mod. There we go. That's a really close approach. And we don't want to nudge it before it's time because then it'll start tumbling. So let's slow down. And line up. So we're going to attach this to the nose of our craft. And then go pick up a capsule around... Oh, shoot. Hold on, that was my... It's fine, but that was my camera. Let's move it. It is not connected now, though, so probably... There we go. Might get boost cam back. Yeah, I think we got boost cam back. There we go. Thank you for the follow, Rocket Goose. Yeah, I'm going to have an upgrade to this setup as soon as I can set this room up my way. There we go. Sorry about that. Rip camera. Camera's fine. But yeah. Yeah, there's your fanfare, Rocket Goose. And I'm guessing, did you get here via N9's Discord, or was this from the Twitch page? I'm very curious. All right, here we are on final approach. On this one, let's go ahead and line up. Doesn't particularly matter, but let's go ahead and do it. And slow down, and man, that is blinding. The glare through the plumes from the RCS thrusters. Just checking who was streaming KSP, and you popped up. Oh, very cool. And there we go. And it just popped right on there. All right, that is kind of hilarious. Let's get a nice view of this here with our new equipment. Yeah, let's go ahead and close this. Look at that, and let's see, what's the view from in here? Okay, so they can't see it unless, what if we arm it? Did you get a shout out from N9? I popped the link into the streams channel in his Discord. He's been here before. He's a lot of fun to watch, though. All right, so yeah, let's disarm that now. And let's go to the moon. We've got 3.7 kilometers per second of delta V, so we are looking good. Choose the moon as our target. And we have a 1.4 degree inclination. Yeah, I still need to fix the inclination of the station. It's drifted just slightly over time, and especially when the Kraken made it fall to pieces before we fixed it. So let's see, the moon should be right about there, I'd estimate, when we get there. So we want to burn probably here. No, we don't want to set that as a target. Let's turn off the relays from the map view. There we go, clean that up a bit. Add a maneuver. Don't think you're in his Discord. Yeah, he's hilariously, he's got roles there for his All Kerbal Kind series, for if you're on Team N9 or Team Beardy Penguin. So I picked Team Beardy Penguin. I'm way behind on that series though. Okay, yep, there we've got a good encounter with the moon. What kind of inclination are we gonna have though? Not too bad, actually. Okay, we're gonna go with this, and then we're gonna have plenty of delta V for making our encounter with the pod. We're gonna go for Hannibal Kerman, which was redeemed by our friend Satan. All right, so that is a 1 1/4 minute burn in 23 minutes. So let's warp to about here. Yeah, there aren't a lot of KSP streamers these days. How long have you been streaming KSP? Just getting into it myself. Been streaming this for a year. Been streaming for a year. Mostly this and Minecraft. But been playing off and on for 8 years-ish. And they announced Kerbal Space Program 2, and I realized, you know, there is a lot that I have not done in the base game. That's part of why I'm keeping this mostly stock. I don't have any extra planets installed or anything. I have not visited all of the moons and planets in the stock Kerbal system. Most of them, but not all of them. So the end goal here is going to be to have a really cool ship that I can do a grand tour in. And we're actually getting a little bit close. A few more months and we might be able to launch that mission. So, alright, we're coming up on the maneuver in 4 minutes. Let's warp just a little bit. We're 2 minutes from the node. And we want to start burning about 45 seconds before it. Oh, look at that. There's the station coming back at us. A little bit closer than I'm comfortable with, but we're going to be okay. I've been playing for a similar length of time as Rocket Goose, and I've also not done all the things. Yeah. This is the first playthrough in which I have done one of the Sentinel telescopes, which I renamed COVID, the Celestial Object Vector Intercept Detection Telescope. First time I've really done anything with the robotic parts. I made a robotic arm for deploying a rover. Yeah, there's a lot that I have not done in this game, and I would like to say I did it before I play Kerbal Space Program 2. Alright, and ignition, and make sure we're not hitting the station. Okay, good. We're burning away from the station. I mean, I don't think they appreciate being that close to my plume, but it's fine. And after this, maybe give another shot to either Kerbalism or Realism overhaul. I haven't decided. I've only dipped a little bit into both. All right. Looking nominal. We're about halfway through the burn. One of the interesting things is that most of my friends play Minecraft, and so a significant amount of my viewership has been Minecraft players, and it's been interesting and fun trying to tray this. To people who have never heard of the game before. And then I'll raid to someone who is doing something way more advanced than I've ever done. I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's how you play it. Alright, here's the end of the burn. Minecraft, says Supreme Doom. What's that? Welcome, Supreme Doom. I hear you've been distracting Shipwreck from getting his Boozinate redeems. Okay, we've got an encounter. Let's keep the periapsis high so that we can have a cheap inclination change burn. And Rakugu says, I've been playing the stock system 10 times scale for the last few years. Oh, I've heard of that there. And the balance between the realism and the Kerbalness. Oh, I am an error. Oh, it Fossabot again. That's the second time. It did it to Twiglet, and it did it to you, but I haven't changed anything, and I know it's done it properly. So we've decided that our favorite streamer of all time is not, in fact, Pizza, but error invalid username. Twiglet shouted them out earlier. Okay. Alright, so we're going to reach the moon in almost 5 hours. Let's go ahead and warp there. Watch Kerbin fall away below us. High five, Twiglet. Are we invalid together? I'm going to give you a proper shout out, Supreme Doom. There you go. Don't be a dolphin, Fossabot. Fossabot has been really hit or miss. When it hits, though, I really like it, so... Just click my name and view my info, then follow me. Yeah, some Minecraft and a lot of fun paper crafts. In fact, I used one of her paper crafts for a flag. Rescue her Kerbal. Alright. Now, let's choose Hannibal's Scrap. And we have a 23.5 degree inclination, which is kind of brutal. That is okay. Let's pin that there. And add a maneuver. So that's the ascending node, so we'll want to burn anti-normal. As well as retrograde. That's pretty good, and it's only 157 meters per second. And a beautiful butterfly flag. Yes, it is. And that's coming up in 2¼ hours, so let's time warp to here. Let's point towards the maneuver on the nav ball and then get the rest of the way to the maneuver, which is 6.5 minutes away now. There we go. I will forever be sad that I had to uninstall Persistent Rotation to avoid a Kraken attack. Alright, 4 minutes away. 3, 2, and 1. Hopefully when we rescue Valentina and Jebediah, since they've been to other planets, maybe they will have the skills to follow the maneuver node. We'll see. Alright, let's just burn this gently, half throttle. Yeah, our relative inclination is coming down fast. There we go. Yeah, 0.2 degrees. That's really good. What was persistent rotation doing? It wasn't causing, I don't think it was causing the Kraken attack, but it was making it worse. I had some structural parts that were a little bit clipped, and I was getting some phantom forces, and I couldn't recover for them because of persistent rotation. So I tried to do the whole time warp deal and get the parts to stop moving, and they would stop moving relative to each other, but because of the intense spin that I had gotten, the issue would come right back as soon as I came out of time warp. So uninstalled persistent rotation and was able to recover from it. And yeah, that same Kraken attack made my station that you saw fly to pieces. But fortunately, all but one of the pieces were intact, so I was able to go and recover them, which was actually kind of fun. All right, let's get a capture orbit here. Okay, so our target apoapsis, 265 kilometers, and periapsis, 154 kilometers. Of course you would be in a little bit elliptical orbit. Ugh. Alright, well, let's bring the periapses together a little bit. And, ooh, actually, will we get a very close encounter? That would be nice. We'll be going fast. 300, but this might be very lucky. Okay, 40 kilometers. Oh, can we make that any better? Oh, if we can do this, that will make me a very happy man-bear pig. Can I clean this up a little bit? Gross. Okay, that's fine. Okay, yeah, radial in is helping. Nope, radial in is not helping. Sending node, so if I go anti-normal, not gonna help a lot. Nope, not gonna help at all. So let's zero those out. And what can I do that will make this a better approach? Looks like just retrograde. That'll do it. Retrograde and maybe radial out. Let's see, Rakugu saying, I've had it that my ship starts spinning from phantom forces sometimes. I think it might be persistent rotation. If an F5, F9 fixes it at least. Yeah, I've been using minimal F5. Only when I have a high suspicion that I'm going to get a Kraken attack have I been spamming F5. A lot of these I've just been running with, like it's part of the lore of the of this career. How come you're coming in from so high? So that I could have a very cheap inclination change, that's why. And I was planning on coming in lower afterwards, but I've got a very close approach already, so I'm gonna go ahead and work with it. It looks like radial out, a combination of radial out and retrograde is going to do it. Two kilometers, that's probably as precise as I'm going to get from here. All right, so let's do that. It's only a 27.6 meter per second burn, and then we're going to have to burn off 93 meters per second when we get there, but we can do that. So that's a maneuver in 6 hours. It's 2 seconds at full thrust, so we're very definitely not going to burn at full thrust. But yeah, I've seen the physics go wonky with the EVA construction mode, which is another thing that I had never used until this career. And I had to do some adjustments on my station, and it was causing some phantom forces, so I very definitely spammed F5 and F9 for that, because bugs. Rakugu saying, I'm surprised the relative speed isn't higher, to be honest. Maybe we're just too stuck in the 10x mindset. Yeah, that's going to make a big difference. Your relative speed will be I don't know if it'll be 10 times higher, but it would be significantly higher. But yeah, on this scale of the moon, it's not that bad from up here. We're already in orbital speeds around the moon rather than orbital speeds around Kerbin. So we're 10 minutes away from the burn. Let's get about 30 seconds away from it, and then gently burn the engines. But yeah, doing real scale it's a whole different game. An orbital speed of 2.3 kilometers per second is really easy. Having to go up closer to 9 kilometers per second is a big deal. Through a thicker atmosphere, nonetheless. Alright, gentle burn. Maybe closer, because, yeah, this is really small burn. I think a maneuver like that in my save would have a relative speed of at least a few hundred meters per second, closer to a kilometer. Yeah, so probably 10 times, I'd imagine, that would scale just like that. And there we go. All right, we have a separation at approach of 1.6 kilometers. I will definitely take that. That's actually better than I was expecting. So, let's get closer. That's coming up in 39 minutes. Let's time warp a little bit. There's the capsule right there. Alright, we're 7 minutes away. Let's get out of map view, look at the target. We're just under 50 kilometers away from it, and let's point retrograde to the target. And let's not use our monopropellant. We have plenty, but still I'd rather not waste it. There we go. Oh, it looks like Raider's not aboard. So yeah, Philip and Kefri. Kefri Bezos, he's the one who caused the issues on the landing, where he accidentally removed this engine and then put it back on in the wrong stage. You so-and-so. Should have thrown you out of an airlock, Kefri Bezos. Twiglet's here, he redeemed Kefri Bezos. So I blame Twiglet. 30 kilometers. 5. 20. When we get to 10 kilometers, we're going to see if we can tighten the approach as well as slow down. There we go. Stability assist mode, and let's point this way, push the retrograde marker towards the anti-target marker. Oh, that's looks like we're going to drift a little bit more, so this is not the right direction to burn. Yeah, trial and error is the way I do these. Not the most efficient, but it works. Okay, just slowing down, though, is tightening up the approach a little bit. All right, let's get closer. And now I think we can point this way and tighten the approach, because this is the way that it was drifting. There we go. And Rakugusa asking, have you seen what's happening with the Eve mod, the environmental visual enhancements? I have not. Is there news there? I just have seen that my mods haven't had updates recently. I check about once a week on CCAN, but I haven't been to the CurseForge pages, so I don't know if there's any news there. Let's get to our close approach and slow to a stop, and then we'll just brute force this the rest of the way. I say as that I go to something a little bit more efficient. 100, 700. Okay, 100 meters. Go have a look at the forum. It's not out yet, but the hype is strong. Ooh, are they overhauling that? I will take a look at the forum. Let's arm this and control from here. I've seen the parallax shader mod, and I'm very interested in that. Cushman 2, I finally got the latest version of KSP. Took all day to figure out how to get all my mods to work together, but they're all working now. Nice. I like the new inventory system in the stock game. I do too. The EVA construction mode gets a little bit wonky though, with the physics. Alright, we have a 100 meter approach. That is really good. Let's point towards the target. But yeah, they did a really good job with the inventory system though. And I think my main complaint with the way that the the EVA construction works, other than the physics going wonky, is that I can't do my my jetpack and hold apart at the same time. So gotta do some weird playing catch with myself instead. Super bizarre. Look at the top of the ship here. All right, we're a kilometer away from this part. Let's time warp just a bit. Christian saying, yeah, I saw that weird bug on another stream too. Yeah. It's fun though. Like, I really like the concept of going out and doing EVA construction. It's sad that we don't get more updates to it, because there is a lot of room to add features to that. So I'm excited to find out what we get on that regard in KSP2. Slow down a bit and catch up on chat. Record Goose saying, I would strongly recommend Parallax. It's one of these mods that once you've played it, you never want to go back, like Scatterer. That's part of what I'm afraid of. I'm pretty sure once I try it. How's the performance on it? Like I've got a 1080 Ti graphics card, and it does very well for this, even with Scatterer and Eve. It looks like GPU prices are coming down to something more reasonable, but still it's going to be probably at least a year before I can upgrade anything. So instead I upgraded my CPU from a 6700K to a 12700K and got double the FPS in this and most of the games I play because they're so CPU intensive. Let's see. Cult of Dean's Beans, ladders are mandatory with EVA construction. Yeah. And well done, this is never an easy task. Yeah. This is probably the only game on Steam that under-reports the hours I've played. It'll say things like, I think it says I've played maybe over 1,000 hours of Risk of Rain 2, when it's much, much less than that, but I've spent a whole lot of time AFK at the pause screen while I do other things, or leaving it on overnight. Same with Oxygen Not Included, things like that. But Kerbal Space Program, I've had multiple installs outside of Steam that aren't counted, such as the past that I've done with Realism Overhaul. And I count the time that I spend managing my mods as time playing the game, but Steam does not. Alright, Hannibal, we are here to rescue you. Time to slow down. And let's aim the camera here too, since we don't have a camera here with the Hullcam mod. Let's just watch this from here. We can also, oh, that's a cool shot of Kerbin down there. There we go. And actually, I have other cameras on board. Some cameras to the rear. There's a night vision camera, I think. That's a has cam. Nav cam. There's the night vision camera. That's a good camera view, actually. There we go. I like that. Let's do this camera view. Yeah, for my big finale grand tour, I really want to do the raster prop monitor and do a lot of things from in the cockpit. That's always fun. All right, we are within 100 meters. Okay, looks like we've got a lander can. That's what it took me all day, IVA mods. Oh yeah, if you're working with IVA mods, then yeah, you are in for all day. I tried using Unity one time to customize my own cockpit, and I figured out how to do it, but holy cow, looking at months of work to get a cockpit done. So that had to take a backseat, unfortunately. But I really want to do it, but there's no way I'm ever going to have time. I had to figure out how to get the old Mark 1-2 pod back in the game. Yeah, I remember doing that. Parallax is your GPU, I believe. Since KSP is so CPU bound, it means your GPU has some headroom. That's what I expect, yeah, which Parallax can use. As a result, it runs pretty well. You have better hardware than me, and for me it runs well even in my very modded game. I'll give it a shot. I want to get a little bit farther in this, a little bit closer to stock, even the graphics. I say as I use this Hullcam mod. But yeah, I am very interested in the Parallax shader. Part of it was that I wanted to get an experience of the upgraded textures, and it looks like even Scatterer still are using those just fine. So I don't even have the, what is it? AVP? I forget what it's called. Perfect Grab. Actually, that's really cool. Look at that. Screenshot. There we go. Yeah, I don't even have that installed. So, oh, and my drink cram just turned off again. That's okay. Look at that. Beautiful. We're going to leave it there. This is good timing. We're at the end of my planned stream time. But yeah, so, and Cushman's saying, I love asset mods. Yes, seriously, they're so good. Yeah, making IVAs makes you pull your hair out. Yes, I can see the power in it, but oh boy, it is a frustrating and tedious job. I can see why there are so few IVAs for the More DVs mod. But yeah, thanks for the new follows, guys. If you are interested in seeing more of this and you haven't followed, go ahead and give it a follow. Do it if you're interested. And thanks for the chat, this interesting chat here at the end with the new viewers. Very much appreciated. And Satan, if you're watching, there's your guy. There's Hannibal. We picked him up in orbit of the moon, and we're gonna bring him home next time. Thank you for the follow, Cushman. And let's see. And Shipwreck is here, redeeming Boozinate. And Shipwreck, let's see what happens if I do that. Yep. My camera took a tumble. It's fine, but it's not connected now. So I'm just I'm gonna leave that up. And you're gonna have to trust me, Shipwreck, as I finish my booze. Drink the rocket fuel, he says, and screamed him saying, thanks, Dan. Sorry I was lurking most of the time. You don't have to be sorry for that. I appreciate that you were here at all. And redeeming first, but not really. Here we go. Delicious. And you're gonna have to trust me, Shipwreck. The glass is empty now. Not even just half empty, it's empty. Alright, let's see if anyone is online that I know. Let's see. Not a lot in that list there. So let me go on. Oh yeah, so there are some people doing the first anniversary of the Halcyon Heights Minecraft server. Right. With a double typo there. Glad I could catch the end of your stream. Hopefully see you next time. Yeah, no worries. Not seeing the redeems on my mobile, weird. And Elric saying, thanks, Dan. Each time you stream KSP, I learn something new. I have no regrets of getting you hooked on this game, Elric. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining me. Let me pull up Twitch on mobile. If anyone has a recommendation of whom to raid, otherwise I'll probably go to Elaine Eddy. I haven't raided her before. Yeah, server's first birthday. Yeah, let's go to Ellen Eddy. And so here is the raid message. No caps, there we go. And if you don't have the subscribe emotes, that's fine. Just copy the middle part there without the totem. And here we go. And I'll be back on Monday with more of First Craft. We're going to be looking at some 1.19 stuff and putting some hedges around the courthouse with mangrove trees. And on Wednesday, I'm going to finish Descent 2. And next week, we'll finish bringing Hannibal home and continue this playthrough. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you later. Goodbye!